Good for your girls, bro. They're watching, tuned in. Yeah,
See the eye?
you'd see him.
Yeah, you see the eye?
Oh yeah,
See
yeah.
how many people?
There's one on. I think it's him.
Okay, we're good to go. Hello, everybody. This is Tom Brew, your Hoosier Maven for Sports Illustrated Indiana, and welcome to Yogi's here in Bloomington, where today it's the very first Mike and Micah podcast
Yes, sir.
featuring Indiana quarterback Michael Penix Jr. and Indiana linebacker Micah McFadden. It's great to have you guys here. First one. It's nice to be able to get out and about and finally do something like this, isn't it, Michael?
Yes, sir. Excited to be here. Yes, sir.
Michael, what's it like after last year with COVID? And you guys never really even got to leave your apartments. I mean, finally get back out in the community a little bit again. Enjoy Bloomington. How's that been for you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. Having in-person classes and just having stuff like this, being able to be in person at restaurants and stuff like this. It's awesome and it's exciting for us.
Michael, everybody's been trying to pay attention to everything you've been doing with your rehab and everything. And I know Coach Allen and Coach Sheridan yesterday talked about how you're 100% good to go for Iowa, which was the plan all along. So why don't you just kind of fill us in on how you feel and how you're ready to go?
Yeah, I feel real good. I feel like the rehab process has been very good. For us, they take very good care of me. And then, just having the support of my teammates, always being there for me, just continue to keep me positive and keep me level-headed. So, it's been a great journey, and I definitely feel 100%, and I can't wait to be out there against Iowa.
You had a bunch of sort of targets along the way as to how you were feeling and everything, and you seem to hit those all along. And I know Coach Sheridan was mentioning yesterday that everybody was kind of anxious to see that first scrimmage, when it was sort of live contact as to how you were moving around and feeling and everything. That once they saw how good you looked then, that they were sure you were good to go. Did you have kind of the same feelings once you kind of got through that scrimmage a little bit as to how you felt?
Yes, of course. So like the scrimmages, we're just like simulating just like a game. We're out there going full speed, just competing against each other. So I felt like I did really good. I felt very comfortable, and I felt like better, like even better than I did last year. So I'm very confident in everything that's been in. I'm confident in my health, and I can't wait to go out there and rip it.
There you go, Micah. You're back for a year now. You're getting a lot of preseason accolades as well with some All-American stuff. And this defense really kind of came to life last year and really turned a lot of heads with some shutouts and some and that there. And you got such a good experienced group. How's all that been in the fall camp for you guys as collectively as a unit and yourself in regards to getting ready for the season opener on Saturday at Iowa?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you said, we got a really experienced group on defense. A lot of guys coming back, and I think we're just ready to attack and get after the season. And I think Iowa will be a great challenge for us to start out the season with. And we're getting prepared to do that.
One of the things that's kind of neat about playing Iowa right off the bat, a huge conference game on the road. I know some of the coaches and such have been mentioning through the course of the summer and fall camp, but it's kind of added a little bit of razor sharp focus to getting them ready for this season. You guys sense a little extra going on here in regards to this camp compared to some of the others?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. I get to see it in the young guys who are coming and, the freshmen and transfers who are getting themselves ready to play in a Big Ten game. And I think the whole team's really bought in.
Michael had a chance last year, prior to your injury, to be a part of a lot of big games for this team. A lot of wins for Indiana didn't happen for a long time, beating Penn State and beating Michigan and such. So when you guys sort of cleared those hurdles and continue the progress of this program, how much does that help going into this season? And with a big game right off the bat here, in regards to confidence level, feeling good about your guys' ability to go out and continue that success you guys experienced last year?
Yeah, I feel like, we just take it day by day. We just make sure we go out there and just do our job, going out there and execute. I feel like, as long as we execute, we definitely can compete with any team in the country. So I feel like that's what it was last year. It was a lot of guys, making big plays for us. A lot of young guys having to step up, and then just seeing it all summer long. Just those guys just continue to pick up where they left off at and just coming in with a full head of steam, going into the summer. So I feel like, it was a lot of hard work being put in, and I feel like it's definitely going to be a great season, but at the end of the day, we know that last season was last season, so we got to focus on what we can do this season.
Micah, a lot has been made of the fact that this is an experienced veteran team. And where we don't see you guys is during the summer with all those workouts that are sort of like player-led things. Mm-hmm. Can you tell the people a little bit about what summer was like for you guys and how that went and how you guys got a lot accomplished this summer just with player-run workouts?
Yeah, so this year was definitely a little different than last year, just, with COVID protocols and everything. But we're definitely locked in throughout the summer. We go about 5 or 6 days a week, and mixed in with those, the workouts that we're doing with Wellman. We do some player-led practices, and those kind of just kickstart what we're going to do in fall camp. But it's also tail-ending our spring ball sessions and, just continuing looking at different offensive looks on defense and doing the same thing on offense. So I think it's just bringing the young guys along and getting everybody prepared to start fall camp.
Michael, you have timing with quarterback and receivers and such is always such a big deal. Did you get especially with some new guys, DJ Matthews, Cameron Buckley in town, how did you feel about the amount of time you got to spend with all of them this summer in regards to working on timing and routes and this and that?
Yeah, I felt good. Every offseason, we always, the quarterbacks and receivers, try to find ways to get together, just make sure that we just continue to stay consistent, with our preparation and just our timing, like you said. As far as DJ Matthews and Cameron Buckley, like when those guys coming in, those are two guys that wanted to work right away. So, those are two guys that text my phone like second day moving in, when can we throw, just trying to find time to be able to just get that rhythm going, just get comfortable and get used to each other. So we've been at it all summer. I feel very comfortable with those guys and, even with the rest of the receivers, So I feel like definitely in the summer, it definitely gave us a big boost. It helped us a lot. Just being able to be together, being with each other, and just being able to get that connection. And I feel like it's going to be very good.
You guys really missed that previous summer, didn't you, with COVID? You guys really couldn't do anything, right?
Right.
You used to have to spend a lot of that summer back in Florida, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
How did you get all the work done down there?
Yeah. When I went home, I have a quarterback coach I go train with, so. I was always training with him. I was going, I think it was like once a day, every morning I was going for a couple of days, and just working out with my dad and my brother, in our gym that we have back at home. So just trying to be able to stay active, when I was away from the school, make sure that I didn't fall back on anything, and especially like with my rehab and stuff like that. So I was doing that back at home as well. So, I was just trying to find ways to continue to stay active and stay healthy, just make sure that, I get back to the place I wanted to be. And I feel like, it all paid off.
Micah, how big are you now? Where are you at weight-wise?
I'm about 232.
Is that about where you like to be?
Yeah, I feel good at that weight, and I think that's where the strength coaches wanted me at. So I feel great, though.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what it's like working with Coach Wellman and his staff. And obviously, you guys came in with Coach Blue, and both of them considered really just two of the best, when it comes to strength guys. But are there differences? Are there things that you do different now with Coach Wellman and his crew? And what have you gained from it in regards to being ready to go come Saturday?
Yeah, no, I think, there's definitely differences between the two groups. We've had the honor of being with two of the best strength coaches in the country for sure. But I think Coach Wellman just brings, he brings that discipline and a little bit just focus on your schedule. He helps you plan like a pro would. And just having that experience at the next level, he brings that down and really shows us what it's, what the next level is going to be like and how we can model our preparation after that.
And how much difference did it make to have a full summer of working out and just being sort of really on point when fall camp started?
Yeah, no, it made a huge difference for sure. And I think you could just see, in the players, the difference that it's made being with a full off season with Coach Wellman. He's done a great job, and his staff, like they continue to push us throughout the season, which is going to be great for us.
You guys, when you get through a fall camp, the fall camp is always tough for everybody. When you get through it, and now you mold in the game mode. Michael, let's start with you on that. I mean, did you feel like you individually and you guys as an offense got everything accomplished that you wanted to in fall camp?
Yeah, I feel like we do. We did simply because we go out every practice. We're trying to practice our hardest. The coaches push us. Extremely hard because they understand that. We look at practices back in the spring, and you always hear coach saying this might be the play that sparks in the fall. This might be the reason we do this in the fall. So we just make sure that we practice how we play. All year round. So obviously it's different variations. Coaches can't be there sometimes in the summer, but that's when us as players, we have to step up and make sure that we're holding the team to that same standard. So I feel like just practicing like that every day, just continue to have that, just that mindset, that very level-headed, and just make sure that we're going to put in work mindset. That just helped us all throughout the summer, and I feel like that's definitely going to pay off this fall.
Micah, you have a new defensive coordinator this year, and Coach Charlton Warren. Obviously, a lot of talk when he came in, but he had to adapt to the Indiana defense more than bringing in new stuff. But I know what I asked him yesterday, how comfortable he felt from spring, summer to now, and being ready to go. How has that adjustment been made with you within as your defensive coordinator, which he's your position coach as well?
Yeah, no, he's a great coach. Definitely a really bright man, and he brings a lot just to the defense and more just technical, fundamental things that we can really use on the field and coverage drops and all that. But I think he just brings a great football mind to our program, and he's really helped our defense improve.
All right, well, let's phase one of our podcast today. We'll take a quick break and get some advertisers from our sponsors in, and when we come back, we'll talk about growing up in Tampa. Since both of you did that, and we'll have a little fun with that, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Yogi's Bar and Grill is proud to bring you the Mike and Micah podcast on Sports Illustrated Indiana, recorded live from Yogi's every Tuesday during IU's football season. Yogi's is Bloomington, Indiana's sports bar. Come cheer on your Hoosiers and enjoy over 25 beers on tap, great food including burgers, hand-breaded chicken tenders, wings, and pizza. Located at the corner of 7th and Walnut in downtown Bloomington, Yogi's is where the Hoosiers hang out. Go IU!
They didn't have their ads ready, but they're ready. And so I'm filling in with some of my publishing company stuff right now. Okay.
I said I think he heard though.
All of a sudden I found myself really feeling a physical release from what I was doing and from the activity, and so I threw the rocks harder and I threw them further, and by the time I was finished I felt sort of a renewed sense of self, I think, or of maybe just peace in my heart and in my body that I hadn't had for a pretty long time. And so it ended up being a really therapeutic experience that I just wasn't anticipating.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back. This is Tom Bruce from Sports Illustrated Indiana here at Yogi's Bar and Grill with Michael Penix Jr. and Micah McFadden. We go into round two here of our Mike and Mike podcast for tonight. We have the luxury, of course, of all three of us having Tampa Bay roots. You guys both from Tampa, and a lot of time in Clearwater. I even remember, Michael, I remember your dad at Lake City Pastoral High School back in the days when I first got down there. So, did you guys know much of each other going to high school or no?
Yeah, I've heard of all those guys at Plant, but like as far as like communicating and like seeing each other, like we never saw each other.
You guys never played each other, right?
Nah.
Michael, you born and raised in Tampa?
Yep.
Playing high school is a well-known football factory through the years. I remember in my early days as a senior for time Sunday in the 1980s, that was always the first or second round of the playoffs. One of my pals got to school playing high school. And Coach Roy Costa, I remember him really well. And you guys, you played state championship games there. Tell me a little bit about what your experience was like with playing high school.
Yeah, no, I had a great experience. I had the honor of playing for a great head coach down there at Plant, and they just had a really good system. And like you said, they brought out a lot of really good players over the years, and I was just honored to be a part of that team and that program.
When Coach John was talking on Monday about his recruitment of you, that you were sort of under the radar at a young age, and kind of caught on late. And, when Indiana finally offered you that was a quick, easy decision for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Indiana was actually my first offer, but I didn't get too many after that. And once I was going into my senior year during the summer, I pretty much had my mind made and chose to come here.
Michael, I got a chance to talk with Coach Sheridan a lot about how your relationship with him goes all the way back to your sophomore and junior year in high school too, right? At Tampa Bay Tech.
Yes, sir.
And your journey here is sort of has been intertwined with him quite a bit. Tell me a little bit about your early interactions with Coach Sheridan and how much you enjoy being with him now.
Yeah, early on, I first time I met him was at a camp whenever he was at University of Tennessee. I was there camping, and I just remember him just always telling me be smooth, because I was still young back then, and I always wanted to throw the ball hard and stuff like that. But that was impressive. But he was just always telling me just be smooth, be calm and stuff, and that just relates to it now. Like now he's always saying that I look so smooth and calm in the pocket. So I reminded him of that, like I think it was last week. I was like, do you remember what you told me? He didn't remember, but I definitely remember. He's a great coach. He's a great guy. He's somebody that I can call anytime, and I know that he'll pick up whatever I need. So I feel like our relationship has definitely grown over the years, and it's just going to continue to grow. He's everybody on the opposite side of the ball trust him. Trust in his play calling and what he brings to this offense. So we all love Coach Sheridan, and we think he's a great guy overall.
You guys are part of nearly 24 kids from Florida on this roster, and obviously recruiting down there should have been the lifeblood of what's helped us turn this program around quite a bit. When you guys are up here now and have been here for a while, and recruits come up from Florida, you guys kind of are pretty good at putting the full court press on them, aren't you?
Without a doubt, yeah, we're pretty good at that. I think a lot of guys, there's a relationship factor, and a lot of guys can relate to where they're from. And, when guys see people didn't have a difficulty transitioning from warm to cold weather like we did, I think it's encouraging, and guys want to play for a team like IU right now.
Well, I always kind of joke with people, too, that Indiana is the southernmost school in the Big Ten. Good weather doesn't really bother you guys too much, right? It's like football season, really, you haven't played in brutal weather since you're here, right?
Yeah. Right.
The Purdue game 2019 was kind of cold and rainy.
Yeah.
Virginia game. Virginia game 2018 Virginia game was rainy. That was so.
Yeah. But when you guys, when recruits are here though from Florida, it seems like when they are here that they have this real comfort level from the minute they get here, just because there are so many. I mean, is that how it feels when they're here? That they kind of fit right in right away, especially like this year, like the incoming kids like Larry Smith and that who come from Florida. They feel like they're home right away when they get here, don't they?
Right. I feel like that's because it's a lot of guys from Florida on the team, but we're all like spread out around Florida. You got guys from Miami, you got guys from Broward County, you got Tampa, obviously. You have guys from Jacksonville, West Palm Beach, just all around Florida. So like when recruits come in, like usually they know at least one of us or either heard of us before. So they feel connected in that way. Just knowing that we came from like the same state as them. We're up here, Indiana, where it possibly gets cold. Like Micah said, but like, they just see the relationships. They just see that it's not that difficult coming up here, and they see the success that we're having, and how much fun we're having. And also Coach Allen definitely plays a huge role in like recruiting the guys out of Florida. He's definitely like he's definitely one of the reasons I came here for sure. He's just a great guy and somebody that a lot of people want to play for.
You guys went all of last year playing a regular season without any fans in the stands. And obviously, your parents got a chance to you get the handful of games, but you basically played in empty stadiums all year long. Obviously, I'm sure you're really looking forward to your first home game. But we start this Saturday at Iowa, where it's going to be a full house. And is it going to take some getting used to again of dealing with crowd noise? And you went a whole year without it.
Yeah, I think maybe the first couple drives will definitely feel a little bit different, just the noise factor and all that. But football's football. At the end of the day, I think we'll definitely get settled in and remember those feelings and just settle into the game.
Yeah. Michael, last year, I know a handful of quarterbacks around the country kind of talked about how the one nice thing about it being so quiet in the stadiums, you get audible and you could talk a lot, and everybody could hear what you wanted to do. Was that a real thing? Were you able to communicate better with all everybody out there in live action?
Yeah, definitely. But the crowd, they're not really like loud the whole entire game. It's usually on like big downs, third downs, in the red zone and stuff like that. That's when that's why like in practice, we have like different simulations of crowd noise going on with our speakers and stuff like that, just to get us used to it. Make sure that we communicate at a high level. That's like if you're not communicating, we won't be able to execute at a high level. So that's something that we've been focusing on. So we're not really concerned about that. We're just going out there to play football at the end of the day.
Michael, you sort of hit the national stage last year in the season opener with that tremendous win at Penn State and your Superman fly to the 2-point conversion. But there was a lot of talk sort of after that, for getting that win, you guys got off to a slow start in that game. The season openers are always hard anyway. Last year because of COVID, you had to start with a Big Ten game like that. How much does it help going into the Iowa game this year in that you had a real high-pressure, high-stakes game for the opener last year as well? Does it help?
Yeah, for sure. Every game, all the teams that's in the Big Ten, they're teams that you really have to take serious. We respect all the teams that we play. And, we're just going to practice extremely hard and make sure that we execute all the small things. Last year, it was just different because, the COVID situation, we didn't have the full summer to be with each other. But, just having that back this year, makes you really appreciate it, and we definitely took advantage of that time, and we make sure that, we just did things the right way, to make sure that we focus on the small details so that we can go out and execute at a high level.
Micah, you guys have had the luxury with the conference opponent like this too of sort of preparing for them for a while. Obviously, they're in a game now, and you have that routine and such. But have you been able to sort of focus on Iowa for a little bit longer than normal and really study them well and get a good feel for that team?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a few weeks just the end of fall camp and whatnot, and then these past couple of weeks just really diving into Iowa and focusing on that being our main opponent first. But it's just convenient having a Big Ten game like that first, and not worrying about a non-conference game. We get a Big Ten opponent immediately, and it's definitely it heightens the just the expectations and everybody's focus throughout the week. So
now, being a middle linebacker like you are, I know you like to be physical. I know you love all the hitting that comes involved in that. When you play the Iowa Hawkeyes, it's always going to be a very, very physical game, and you kind of relish and cherish that type of physical game where it's going to be a lot of north-south running and you're going to be right in the middle of all of it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, our defense takes pride in being able to stop the run. And, it's going to take a huge effort by our D-line and linebackers to fit everything up right. But, we take that job head on, and, I think we're really excited to get after it.
Michael, you've you've had a chance to look at them a little bit defensively too. They've got a very experienced secondary. You've seen a lot of them on film, and they put pressure on the passer too. How are you able to kind of stimulate a pass rush here in camp and game weeks when nobody can hit you anyway? Are you comfortable enough that when the games, when the bullets start flying on Saturday, that you can handle some pressure around you?
Yeah, like I said, I feel 100% confident in, like, my health wise, but in practice, that just comes with just being mature. Being mature in practice, make sure that I go extremely hard every rep. Not just sitting in the pocket, just because I know that I can't get hit, but if I see somebody coming, make sure I try to avoid the rush, make a move just to get that game-like feeling. So I feel like I'll be very comfortable, and I'm ready to go out there and play.
And I know it's been brought up a lot during fall camp, during the scrimmages and such, how the offensive line, your big guys, kind of handle themselves pretty well in this scrimmage. You feel good about what's going on with that group? It seems like you got obviously some veteran tackles and some guys in the middle that are playing well.
Right, yeah. The offensive line, they worked extremely hard, all off season. Something that really made me happy, was like when we were in summer workouts and stuff, some of the coaches, they're at the end, they're saying what group they think worked the hardest in their station, and I heard the offensive line group called, a couple times. So, it hyped me up, it made me very excited, just knowing that those guys are putting in all that work, just trying to be the best they can be, These are guys that we have a lot of veterans, like you said. So it's guys that want to be in the film room, guys that's texting me, trying to make sure that we find time to watch film together and stuff, so that we're on the same page. So that's a big difference, and I feel like these guys are ready to go out there and play.
Micah, you guys are at a point now where this team's success 2 years in a row. The offense has been really good, defense has been really good. So what are those battles like in fall camp when it's number 1 against number 1 D? You get after it pretty good?
Yeah, definitely. Those practices are really competitive. And, it's good to see. It's just guys getting loose, guys fighting for, their 1 and 2 spots at their position. And I think it just makes everybody better when we do that. And guys are really pushing guys up the ladder. Like you said, we have a great offense, great defense. But at the end of the day, we're one team. And it's good to see guys prepare hard and challenge each other.
Got one last question for both of you, and we'll wrap it up for tonight. We've got a lot of new guys on this team who stepped into all the transfer portal guys. And seemed like the coach did a great job of sort of filling gaps with those guys. So if you could, Michael, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what you find about Stephen Carr so far? He's one of the running backs, John. He's going to be the starter. Tell me what you think about what he's been done for you guys so far, and what you expect from him this year.
Yeah, Stephen Carr, he's very confident. He's very confident in his play. He trusts his abilities, and, he just goes out there and practices extremely hard. He's a guy that after every run, he's going to burst at least 20 yards, just simulating those game time situations. So whenever those times do come, he's already repped it so many times. He's a guy that he was one of the guys that also texted me, like, once he first got here, he got my number, and, he wanted to be in the playbook as soon as he got here. He's a guy that picked up the playbook very, very quickly, very well, and he loves to work extremely hard. Like I said, he's a great running back. He's a guy that can make explosive plays and also make you miss, and he's also pretty big. So he's a guy that'll lower his shoulder if he has to. So I feel like he's a great all-around back, and, out of the backfield as well, on pass plays, I know that I can throw to him, anytime, I'm confident that he'll catch the ball and make a play with it. So, he's a great guy, great guy to be around. He's not too much of the loud guy, but he's definitely a guy that's going to be in your ear, just cheering you up whenever maybe something goes wrong, or just continue to cheer you up whenever you're doing good, So I feel like he's definitely a great fit for us. He's a great fit for this offense. We're happy that he's here.
Micah, there's been a lot of talk all fall camp about Ryder Anderson. He's been a big addition at defensive end, and it seems like he's going to really get us at the edge. What can you tell people about what you've seen from Ryder so far, and what he's going to add to this defense?
Yeah, no, Ryder Anderson, he's definitely a force for us. He'll come up big this season. I think he just plays with great length, and, he just has the ability to rush the passer and play thick in the run game. So, he'll definitely be used a lot this season, and I'm just excited to play with him.
Great. Guys, thank you both for joining us tonight. We're off and running on the season. Looking forward to Iowa City on Saturday, and And just to let everybody know, we're going to do this for 14 weeks, and we're going to rotate it so that we don't take up too much of your time. So next Tuesday, Michael, we'll have you here, you and I, and bring a guest in. And then the following week, Michael, it's you and me on the 14th. So, and then 2 weeks, Terry Talon, who sponsors your scholarship, and a great former IU player back in the 70s. He's going to be in town. He's going to come join us that night too here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, thanks much. Great luck in Iowa City this year. This Saturday, let's get the season started off with a bang. And appreciate your time tonight and enjoy it. And thanks for being part of the Mike podcast.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Hoosiers.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.